Curious about which jobs from the past would be considered highly unusual in today's world? Let's take a closer look at 18 unique jobs from the past that you won't believe were once necessary. These jobs will make you wonder, was that truly a way to make a living? Come see for yourself. Ever wonder about those unsung heroes of the bowling alleys, the pin setters, or as they were fondly called, Pinboys? These guys were the lifeblood of bowling alleys, sprinting across the pin deck, nimbly dodging flying balls and pins to reset them manually for the next roll. Imagine the hustle. It demanded quick reflexes and some serious stamina. Mostly young men or teenagers, these pin setters worked in a whirl of constant noise and movement, staying alert through their exhausting shifts. But then the 50s rolled around, bringing automated pin setting machines that revolutionized the game. Suddenly, these machines were doing the job, setting up pins, returning balls, and all without breaking a sweat. This tech advancement led to the rapid disappearance of manual pin setters as alleys quickly upgraded to keep the game fast and cut down on costs. Turning to a chillier scene, let's not forget the ice cutters of the pre-refrigeration era, unsung heroes in their own right. These rugged individuals ventured into the frozen wilderness, extracting ice from the frigid waters of lakes and rivers during the dead of winter. Armed with ice saws and chisels, they braved harsh conditions to carve out large blocks of ice, ensuring each piece was uniform for better storage. These ice blocks were then carefully transported to ice houses, insulated with sawdust to stave off melting, and used crucially for preserving food and providing cooling in homes and businesses. Ice cutting was a vital, albeit perilous, craft that required precision and resilience. Despite its importance, the rise of mechanical refrigeration in the early 20th century gradually rendered this arduous practice obsolete, closing the chapter on an essential but frosty part of history. Next, let's shine a spotlight on the knocker-uppers, the human alarm clocks of yesteryears. In times when mechanical alarm clocks were a luxury, knocker-uppers played a pivotal role in the bustling industrial cities. Armed with long sticks and pea shooters, they roamed the streets in the wee hours, tapping on windows to wake workers at precisely the right time. This profession demanded impeccable time management and unwavering reliability, as each morning they orchestrated the wake-up calls that ensured workers arrived at factories on time. The advent of affordable mechanical alarm clocks eventually signaled the decline of this unique profession. Despite the hardships, braving all weather conditions and navigating multiple routes daily, the knocker-uppers were indispensable, ensuring that the wheels of industry kept turning without delay. Diving into the curious world of phrenology, this once popular field claimed that one's personality traits and intellectual capabilities could be deciphered from the bumps and contours of the skull. In the 19th century, phrenologists were viewed almost as celebrities, with people flocking to them for insights into their character and potential. They provided readings that captivated a diverse audience, from the curious individual intrigued by the prospect of understanding more about themselves to those seeking explanations for various personal and societal issues. However, as the scientific community advanced more empirically supported methods in psychology and neurology, phrenology's credibility waned. The field faced significant criticism for perpetuating social and racial inequalities under the guise of science, leading to its eventual rejection by mainstream science as understanding grew. Lamplighters, those iconic figures of the night, once lit the gas street lamps of urban landscapes, ensuring that the streets remained navigable and safe after dark. Each evening, as dusk fell, lamplighters would traverse the city streets, ladder and lighting torch in hand, igniting the lamps that lined the thoroughfares. This job required not only physical stamina to manage the equipment, but also resilience to all weather conditions. Lamplighters were more than just municipal workers. They were the nightly guardians of public safety, their flames keeping the darkness at bay and deterring potential miscreants. However, The introduction of electric street lighting brought a technological revolution that rendered their roles redundant. The shift to electric lighting was rapid and embraced widely for its increased efficiency and lower maintenance, ultimately leading to the disappearance of lamplighters from our streets, marking the end of a glowing era. Imagine the life of a chimney sweep back in the day. Yes, it was as grimy and perilous as it sounds. Young apprentices, often just kids, shimmying up narrow, soot-lined chimneys, facing the carcinogenic dangers of soot and the physical risks of high falls. Passed down from father to son, this craft was more of a survival skill than a mere job. Yet, as homes warmed up with the advent of gas and electric heating, the demand for these traditional sweeps waned. But don't be fooled. The chimney sweep hasn't vanished. They've evolved using advanced technology to ensure chimneys are safe from fire hazards and educating homeowners on heating safety. Today, they're more tech-savvy guardians than soot-covered sprites, equipped with sophisticated tools and adhering to strict safety standards, ensuring that the chimneys they maintain are not just clean, but safe for modern households. Aircraft listeners were crucial in early air defense systems, especially before the widespread use of radar. Using large acoustic mirrors and sophisticated listening devices, they would detect the presence of incoming aircraft by sound, a method that required sharp hearing and extreme concentration. The job was particularly challenging during adverse weather conditions or at night, when visibility was poor and sounds were harder to distinguish. The development of radar technology was a significant advancement that provided a more reliable means of tracking aircraft, leading to the obsolescence of aircraft listeners. Despite some notable successes in early warning, the role was generally phased out as radar became the standard for air defense. Those employed as aircraft listeners often transitioned to other roles within military or civil defense organizations, adapting their skills to new technologies and changing defense strategies. Clockwinders were the unsung heroes of timekeeping, whose meticulous craft was essential for maintaining public and private clocks across towns and cities. These skilled individuals climbed towers and reached into the intricate interiors of large mechanical clocks to wind them manually, ensuring that everything from town hall clocks to church bells operated on time. The physical demands of the job were matched by the need for a deep understanding of mechanical workings, as any lapse could disrupt daily life and schedules. However, the relentless march of technology rendered their role largely obsolete. The adoption of electronic and battery-operated clocks meant fewer clockwinders were needed. Yet, in some historical settings, the tradition persists, maintaining the heritage and mechanics of antique timepieces, a reminder of the past's reliance on human touch for precision. Linotype operators were at the heart of the printing revolution, operating complex machines that were marvels of mechanical engineering. These operators needed keen eyes and steady hands to manage the linotype machine's keyboard, casting lines of type in hot metal for newspapers and books. The precision required was immense. A single error could cost time and money, necessitating meticulous attention to detail. As the digital age dawned, the linotype was replaced by digital typesetting, which offered greater speed and accuracy. This shift required operators to either adapt to new technologies or find different paths in their careers. Today, the linotype machine stands as a symbol of the printing industry's storied past, celebrated for its role in democratizing information, but relegated to history by the advance of technology. Lectors had a unique and vital role in the industrial era, particularly within the echo-filled halls of cigar factories. They were the voices that broke the monotony of manual labor, reading aloud everything from news to novels, enriching the minds of workers. This role was not just about entertainment, it was a critical component of worker satisfaction and mental engagement, helping to boost morale and productivity. However, as radios and other forms of media became commonplace in factories, the need for a human lector diminished, leading to the profession's gradual decline. The legacy of lectors lives on in discussions about labor conditions and the holistic needs of workers, reminding us of the times when a human voice was a beacon of culture and education amidst the drudgery of repetitive tasks. Log drivers were vital in the lumber industry, expertly guiding logs down rivers to sawmills before modern transportation methods like trucks and railways emerged. These individuals navigated atop floating logs, using long poles to steer and dislodge jams, demanding great physical agility and deep knowledge of river currents and obstacles. Their work was essential but perilous, heavily dependent on seasonal river conditions. While log drivers were economically beneficial to riverside communities, their activities also disrupted local ecosystems. As more advanced transportation technologies developed, the need for log driving diminished, leading to its decline by the mid-20th century. Today, the legacy of log drivers is celebrated in cultural events and historical commemorations, honoring their bold and skillful contributions to the timber industry. Rag and bone men were the original recyclers long before the green movements of modern times took root. These industrious individuals scoured the streets, gathering unwanted household items such as rags, bones, metals, and scraps, which were either sold or directly repurposed in various industries. Bones, for instance, were often processed into glue, fertilizers, and animal feed, while rags found new life in papermaking. Operating on the fringes of the economy, rag and bone men played a pivotal role in the urban recycling ecosystem, contributing significantly to waste reduction efforts. However, as cities evolved and formal recycling programs emerged, the need for these men diminished. Despite this decline, their legacy persists, reminding us of the ingenuity required to turn everyday waste into valuable resources, a practice that has only gained importance in our current environmental context. Ratteners, or rat catchers, were once vital figures in urban centers, tasked with controlling rat populations to prevent disease and maintain sanitation. These specialists employed a variety of techniques, including the use of dogs, ferrets, and traps, to manage or eliminate rats, which were common carriers of disease. Working primarily on a freelance basis, ratteners were often hired by households or businesses rather than being employed by municipal governments. Their work was not only perilous, given the risks of bites and infections, but also carried a social stigma due to the nature of their tasks. With the advent of modern pest control technologies, including chemical and integrated pest management strategies, the traditional rat catcher's role has largely been phased out, replaced by more sophisticated and less hazardous methods. Mudlarking, the practice of scavenging along riverbanks, particularly the Thames in London, has a rich and poignant history. Initially a survival tactic for the city's poorest, especially children, mudlarks searched for coal, coins, metal, and occasionally valuable artifacts, turning the river's refuse into a source of livelihood. This activity not only helped clean urban waterways, but also provided a critical, if meager, source of income for those involved. Over time, as the Thames was cleaned and municipal waste management improved, the necessity for mudlarking as a means of subsistence declined. Today, mudlarking has transformed into a regulated hobby, with enthusiasts equipped with permits searching for historical artifacts rather than subsistence. This shift reflects broader changes in how societies view and manage waste, as well as a growing public interest in historical preservation. Early human computers, mostly women, manually performed complex mathematical calculations, vital for fields like astronomy, engineering, and military operations. The introduction of mechanical and later electronic computers revolutionized data processing, significantly speeding it up. Recruited for their mathematical skills and academic backgrounds, these pioneers paved the way for modern computing. Their contributions are especially notable in software development and data science, underscoring the critical, yet often unrecognized role of women in technological and scientific progress. Their legacy serves as a powerful reminder of the essential human aspect in the evolution of technology. Slubber Doffers were essential in the textile industry, responsible for swapping full bobbins with empty ones on spinning frames, a task requiring quick precision to meet the fast pace of mills. As technological advancements ushered in automated machinery, the demand for Slubber Doffers decreased, boosting production efficiency, but also displacing many workers. Traditionally, this role demanded physical agility and a deep understanding of the machinery, skills often acquired through direct experience or informal apprenticeships. Nowadays, the functions of Slubber Doffers are fulfilled by automated systems in modern textile manufacturing, which execute these tasks with higher accuracy and less human involvement. This shift not only mirrors broader industrial automation trends, but also underscores significant changes in labor requirements and skill sets. Signalmen were once essential to the safe and efficient operation of railways and maritime transport, responsible for communicating and coordinating the movement of trains and ships. They managed signals to prevent collisions and ensure timely travel. However, as technology evolved, the role of signalmen was profoundly impacted. The introduction of telegraphs and later radios allowed for more direct and rapid communication, which enhanced safety and operational efficiency. A typical day for a signalman involved constant vigilance, monitoring signals and communicating with other railway personnel to manage train schedules and track usage. Over time, with advancements in automated signaling systems and centralized traffic control, the traditional role of signalmen has diminished, being replaced by more technologically advanced roles that require different skills, such as system monitoring and network management. Are you as fascinated by these obsolete professions as we are? If so, like this video, click subscribe, and stay tuned for more nostalgia trips.